Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute the minutes for the meeting of April 7th, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Seville?
Aye.
That was last.
That was last one, so
Yes.
abstain.
Thank you. Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Okay, how you grab?
Is the mic on? Is the mic on?
No.
Hold on. Mic.
I turned
Is it on in the back?
Anybody sitting on the vibrating seat back there?
Linda? I think Linda.
Can you hear Heidi?
Can you hear Heidi okay?
Yes, and I did turn that on, so.
The financials today include a revenue certification for the County Engineers Road Maintenance Fund and a revenue decertification for the Board of Mental Health Adams Board Fund. Appropriation transfer from the contingency fund account to return appropriations to the Sheriff's Office for expenses reimbursed and deposited into the general fund, and for the Job and Family Services Children's Services Fund for a replacement vehicle. Also a supplemental appropriation for the Department of Job and Family Services Public Assistance Fund for the replacement of the 2006 Ford F-350 used for plowing and salt spreading. Cash transfers out of the general fund for a portion of 2015 funding for the Sheriff's 911 program, 800 Communications Fund, and the Office of Community and Economic Development. Travel requests for the Department of Job and Family Services, the Prosecutor's Office, and the Transit Department. Payment to Canon 4 Incorporated for the purchase of a wide bed copier plotter scanner for the Auditor's Real Estate Assessment Office in the amount of $10,424. And the payment to Lebanon Ford for the state bid purchase of a 2014 Ford K8A all-wheel drive SUV vehicle for the Department of Emergency Services in the amount of $26,476.80.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Seville?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Thank you, Heidi.
Hey, are you familiar with the, did you get the letter from John Houston who wants to put our checkbooks online?
I did not get that letter.
Yes. It's sitting on my inbox.
I'm kind of curious about your thoughts on it. So.
Kind of like Open Gov. We're going to be meeting.
Yeah. I don't know how much work it is or whatever. I pushed it on to him just to see what it means. Since you would probably have to do the work with some more information. So. Okay, we have a presentation. Do we go into the audience, or how are we going to do this?
Linda's on her way up here.
Are we in the way?
You can go down there.
Sit down here and enjoy the presentation. You didn't bring any popcorn, though, did you?
No, with Linda's ice cream.
Don't be telling secrets now. Don't be telling secrets. Oh, that is. Thank you.
I'll advance the slides for you.
That'd be great. Actually, while you're getting situated, I'll tell you how happy I am to be able to share this with you today, because I was putting it together yesterday, then I put it in a Dropbox, and this morning when I went to put it on the flash drive, it was gone. Do you ever have that moment of terror when you've spent time putting together a PowerPoint, and then, you know, how through the grace of computers, it's just gone. So, but as I'm Googling how to retrieve something out of Dropbox this morning, I was able to find it again. So, yay! Because I thought if I have to sit here and recreate it, it's just not going to be the same. But so thank you for having us this morning. I always like to come in and make the commissioners aware of what's going on with tourism, because it's a lot. So just to give you a quick update. Go ahead, Dave. And I want to, Commissioner Rear, don't be scared, because a few of these are the same slides that you saw at the gel presentation last week, but I swear it's going to change at the end. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
I'm trying to get the page down. Give me a second. You're sleeping.
Dave's our technology guy.
Yeah, and I'm doing so well at it right now.
Is it something that's the only slide there is? I retrieved it, but there's only one slide.
That's right. Oh, there's only one slide. Okay, well, keep talking, and I'll get this. Oh, here we go. Let's try this.
Do you want the thumb drive back, maybe?
Yeah, it's like it's. Stand by.
Stand by.
Yeah, here we
I
go.
know.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. I always like to remind everybody that aside from just the feel-good stuff that tourism does, our entire mission is to generate economic income and growth for Geauga County through year-round tourism. So it's an important thing that we do. It's bringing people, it's bringing revenue, it's sustaining our businesses here in Geauga County. And to do it year-round sometimes is a challenge because sometimes, January, February in Geauga County might get a little dicey, but we do the best that we can, and we're very fortunate with our sugaring season and our elongated shopping season that we have a lot to offer in Geauga County. So just a few of the facts. We do recognize about 6% of the employment here in Geauga County, with all the facets that we employ between lodging and the retail and food, recreation, transportation sectors, all being part of what we do through tourism. And the last figures that we have are from 2013. We'll be able to purchase our new economic development figures in May of this year, I believe. The studies will be complete. So the last that we have, $189 million, were directly and indirectly generated by tourism revenue. And those are some pretty nice figures for the feel-good and fuzzies that we get through tourism. And even, yes, our fund is taxed. $24.7 million in taxes generated in 2013 through tourism in Geauga County, $7.5 million in state taxes, and $5.2 million in local taxes. So everybody always asks, how do they come up with those figures? It's important to know that all of that is done through a third-party source. The figures that we do show are all generated by the state, and those figures are put together through a company called Longwood International. They take the income tax fund, they take the bed taxes, they take the surveys done by people doing exit surveys from travel, through the airlines, through other hotels, through retail, and somehow they put that all into a model. They look at direct and indirect and even induced spending. So by direct, that means the revenue. If you stay at a hotel, that's direct tourism dollars. The indirect is the money that is spent by that hotel to purchase supplies for the tourism. The induced is the money that those people have now that work for the hotel are paid. Now they're using that money to then subsidize more money into the county. So all that is what they consider induced spending. So again, it's all generated, and that's how they put together some very intricate formula to figure out how much of that should be attributed to tourism revenue. So our 2014 highlights. Is there a reason this is in black and white?
No, it's just the color's kind of washed out, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the projector, unfortunately. The screen, it looks really nice and colorful.
It looks really pretty on the screen, you guys. So our 2014 highlights. We had some really interesting things going on in 2014. We did some brand new publications. We did a brand new magazine about Amish life in Geauga County. And although we never try to overly promote our Amish community, it's a very intricate facet of what we have in Geauga County. It's something people are very fascinated by. Our Amish community helped us with this magazine, which I think is a very integral part of the magazine. We went to our Amish members and we showed it to them and we said, do you like this? It's something that they've been doing in Holmes County. It was a really nice Q&A about Amish life. It had the question and answer portion. It also had Amish etiquette and how travelers should how they should work around our Amish community. So we would never do anything that would make our Amish community at unease. So we showed it to them and we asked them what they liked, what they didn't like, if we thought it was factual, if there was parts of it they wanted to rewrite, and they helped us put it together. So it's very factual and it's all about Geauga County. It went over so well we actually have to reprint it this year because we ran out of them, and we're going to be working with Fontenelle Group here in Geauga County to make it a total local focus this year. So we are in the process right now of putting that together. We also, Not done
We're
yet.
done yet. All right.
We also did 2 maps. We printed our own local Geauga County map, and then we were part of one that went out all over Northeast Ohio that we thought was kind of interesting. This is the Adventures in Northeast Ohio map. I think I touched on this last year, but we actually won a bid for the back panel of it. So Geauga County is featured on a bazillion of these that went out all over the state and beyond into places that we normally would not be able to advertise. And we were very fortunate for that because they have what they call plop value. Half the time people will put them down that way, and half the time they'll put them down Geauga face up. So we're getting a lot of play off of that. We also won a Ruby Award. This is our 4th one since I've been in the office. That stands for Recognizing Uncommon Brilliance in Your Advertising, and that was for our new mobile app. We made lots of new friends. I had teased last year when I was here that we were going to be a port of call for a cruise line, and we actually were. We brought in 4 cruise ships that docked in Cleveland, and we were part of a city and country cruise. So those are some of our new friends we made that came in off the cruise liners. And last year we brought in our most new members ever. We had 19 brand new businesses join us last year. So we made lots of new friends in 2014. We also continue to grow with our visitation. We had visitors from 44 states, and then those are just some of the foreigners that we saw that just happened to wander into our office. We probably had a lot more people than that grace our doors that didn't happen to stop in the tourism office, but going through our book, those were some of the signatures that we had. So it's kind of fun to see where people are finding us from. Our bed tax was the highest record year ever. We brought in $61,960.63 in bed tax, which sounds pretty darn good, but hold on to that thought because we're going to get to that in a little bit. And we completed a feasibility study. One of the things that we always talk about is being a good partner. You can't stand alone. There are so many things that need to be done, and we know that we can't do everything by ourselves. I used to work with a very smart lady, and her mantra was partner or perish. So we do that a lot. We know that we've got good partners in our community, and we partner whenever we can. So partner or perish is one of the things that we do. If we can't do it, we're going to partner with somebody that can help us do it. We are really good at bartering, combining resources, and figuring out a way that we can do it. So, going on. Who's seen the show Great Day Cleveland? I always laugh because there's always just a few people because we're all working people. We're all here during the day, aren't we? There's a great show on called New Day Cleveland. I actually have never seen it before, but apparently they are on every day from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. It's all about an hour-long show, usually in Cleveland, in the greater Cleveland area. They called us last year. They said, we would like to do a show about the Middlefield market area. Can you help us? Absolutely. So we not only helped them, we gave them suggestions on what to do, what to tape, who to talk to, who to call, gave them phone numbers. They came out, they did the entire segment on Middlefield Market, the flea market, the restaurant there, all the stores surrounding the area. And we made it so easy, they called us back and they said, wow, you guys made it so easy. We'd like to do a show about Burton now. Can you help us? You bet. So we gave them names, numbers, places to go, who to talk to, what good storylines would be, and they did an entire show about Burton, 1 whole hour. So we had 2 free hours of local TV without a cost. Then they called me back and said, we'd like to do a show about maple sugaring. Can you help us? You bet I can. So we gave them names, numbers, suggestions, who to call, what to do. So within those 3-hour-long TV shows that went out all over our local viewing area, we had 23 of our members recognized on local TV. So without any cost to us, just because we are a good partner and we're proactive and we are helpful, we are really good at being helpful, we got a whole lot of free advertising that we could not even have paid for if we tried. So like our good friend in Ashtabula keeps telling me, if I had money, I'd be dangerous. But for free, I'm pretty dangerous, too. So that was just a great coup for us. So we're just calling that show New Day Geauga now. So, and I have already pitched them about 2 new story ideas for spring that we'd like to take them out to places in Geauga County. So they're waiting for a little bit more green and a little bit more warmth, and they're coming back out to see us again. Our best attributes, our members. There's always something fantastic going on in Geauga County. Every time you turn around, there's another great event, another great feature, another great something going on. And when there's not, we take our show on the road. We set up booths last year or went out and talked to people just about anywhere that they would let us. So we're pretty good about taking it on the road. New for 2015, if you noticed, we're no longer Geauga County Tourism. That's a whole big mouthful of stuff, and it's kind of dated. People are not calling themselves the Tourism Bureau anymore. When people do that, when we do that, people think that we're the place that they're going to come to buy a bus ticket to go somewhere else, and that's not what our point is. We are the destination. We want people in Geauga County. We are the destination. So we are Destination Geauga. We have rebranded, and you see our faded logo up there because Destination Geauga, we kind of did that as an interim, and we are going to actually be getting a new logo. We are working with a local company that's creating for us, and you'll be seeing a new logo real soon. We're actually putting together a video that will showcase Geauga County, again, when it's a little bit more green out there, and then we'll be starting work on that. We are also increasing our exposure in Cleveland. We know that there is some big stuff coming down the pike in Cleveland over the next couple of years, next year, and the year after. Not only with the convention coming into town, Cleveland's also going to be hosting a couple of other things, a big, humongous group tour convention that's coming in, a couple other things that are huge exposure. So we have been doing two things. They have a great magazine, and I'm going to leave a couple of these for you guys to have to peruse afterwards. This is the magazine that's in every hotel room in the greater Cleveland area, City Visitor. The cleaning staff have these on their carts. As soon as somebody picks one of these up and walks out with it, they replace it just like they replace the soap and shampoo. In the January, February, March, they do it as a quarterly thing. We talked to our members and said, let's get in this. We want to start embracing Cleveland in our marketing. Our members took it upon themselves. We did a 2-page spread all about Geauga County, and we already saw results from this. So if we can bring them out here in January, February, March, we know it's going to work. We did a 2-page spread. It went over so well. When the next quarter came out, we said, let's do it again, and our members knew that there was already results. So we had so much participation, we ended up going to 4 pages, including a map into let's show them how to get to Geauga County from Cleveland. So this is something that we want to continue to grow, especially with more people in the Cleveland area trying to find their way to us. So that's one of the things that we're doing to get that focus from Cleveland to Geauga County. We're also on the Explorer boards, if you've seen those in the hotels in the downtown Cleveland area. People that, the younger generation, they're not picking up a lot of print material. They want to touch something. They want to see pictures, so they have the Explorer boards in the hotel. So we are getting our information there. At a touch, they can see Geauga County. They can touch to connect it to their phone. They can touch to have the map sent directly to their phone to get to us. So every which way that we can make it easy for them to find their way to us, we're going to do that. The Barn Quilt Trail. You probably noticed this beautiful thing right here next to me. This is something brand new that we're doing. We talked about those partnerships. I have a friend with me here today, Ed Rumberg, who is with the Farm Bureau, and we are partnering with a few different people. Oh, and Sharon snuck in the back there, standing in the doorway. Hi, Sharon. Destination Geauga is partnering with the Farm Bureau and also Kent State University. Sharon is on our steering committee working with us as well. And also Cotton Pickers Quilt Shop here in Chardon for the quilting expertise. And we also have one of our local retailers, Reba's Second Look in Geauga County. The Barn Quilt Trail is something that 33 counties in Ohio currently have, and we are going to be the 39th. It is something that generates revenue. It is something that brings people in. It has a huge following, and they're not actually, obviously, material. It is wooden. They're plywood pieces that are painted, handcrafted. It's a perfect fit for Geauga County. They show heritage and culture, and Ed, I'm going to give you just a minute or two. I know Ed's got a little visual here he wants to share with us. It was Ed that brought this idea to us. It's a perfect fit for Farm Bureau and also for our beautiful rural Geauga County. This piece was actually painted by Reba Dykes that has Reba's Second Look. She has her 4x4 ready to go up on her building. The way it's going to work for us is we actually have a 2-part application process. We're going to be very good on scrutinizing these. We don't want junk. We don't want it to look achy. We're learning from the mistakes of others. We've talked to several counties that have done this. We've learned from their mistakes. We have a very nice application process that's two-part. People will have to fill out the application process, show a rendering, show where it's going to go. There's a liability clause in there. They have to check on zoning, so we're going very strategically. Once they have completed the application process and are approved to start, then they will actually do the creation of it. Then it will be inspected again before it's actually put on the trail. The website is being done free of charge by a Kent State student. They're tying it into a learning process for them, so they're going to be graded on that. So everything that we're doing is pretty much somehow helping someone within the realm. So it's turning into a really great project for us. We already have 2.5 completed applications in, and I think now that the weather is finally becoming favorable, I think they're going to start rolling in. Ashtabula started this last year. The first season they did it. I had to laugh. Their director said, I wasn't sure, thought it might be something people, 42 applications their first season. It really takes off. There's a great study on the economic impact of this that we think will be very favorable in Geauga County. And the nice part about it is I've even talked to some of our Amish members. I said, what do you think of this? Is this something that you would put like maybe on your retail business? And they've even said yes. In muted tones, in traditional patterns, they think it's a really neat project. So I think it'll only add, some nice color and beautification to our local farms. Ed.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me this morning. Again, it's something that Geauga Farm Bureau has wanted to do to promote both agriculture in Geauga County and promote our agricultural heritage and promote tourism. We have a lot of Farm Bureau members that are also involved in retail type businesses, and we wanted to help promote them as well. It's a project that small farm business can get into and get on the internet for $600. So it's a reasonable priced alternative for someone that wants to get out there a little bit, and we think it's really going to work well. It's going to help family farmers, especially our Amish community. They're always looking to keep family members on the farm. And more people employed on the farm, so it'll be a good fit for Amish farmers and Amish businesses as well. I just want to read a couple little quick quotes here. This is from the American Barn Quilt book that's put out. This is from some other officials from some other counties. The first one is it brings many more people from all across the country to visit. This is Miami County in Ohio. Than we could ever have imagined. While here taking in the roads less traveled, they are not only appreciating the beauty of the barn quilts, but also the historic farms and countryside. But they also visit our historic small town shops, restaurants, etc. So they come to town, they spend money. Nothing wrong with that. That's from Linda's equivalent in Miami County, Ohio. And the second one is from my county commissioner in Wisconsin, in Greene County, Wisconsin. And their thing is that it promotes countywide pride and gets visitors out of the communities, out to all the communities for a true adventure exploring of the roads less traveled. So again, it's what we need in Geauga County. We need to bring people in, spend money, to keep our people employed, to keep the economy flowing. So I think it's a win-win for everybody, and we would hope that our commissioners would be behind it as well. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Ed. All right, so you'll be seeing more of these cropping up around the county, and if anybody has any questions, please let me know. There was a Facebook page that's already up, thanks to Sharon, and the website should hopefully be up next week. We're just tweaking. We had a couple of revisions with the young man that's working on it, so we're tweaking a couple of those things, and we have variations for everything if people want to build them themselves, if they need help. We even have enlisted the aid of a couple of our local Amish guys that would build the frames if people want to paint them themselves, or if people need help painting. We have people that are local artists that would like to help with the painting portion. So we've got all the bases covered. All right. More? Oops, there we go. So, of course, what else is... Oh, what happened to my slide? I think I checked something else. So what else, of course? The hotel. We've all heard rumblings. It's a coming. I've been talking about this for years. We need additional lodging in our county to help keep people here once we get them here. And now it's finally coming into fruition. The feasibility study that I talked about, we partnered. It was something that no hotel would come here without, of course, the feasibility study. It was something that we could not afford. We have a very limited budget. due in part to the fact that we don't have a lot of lodging, so we don't have a lot of bed tax. So we partnered. We partnered with the City of Chardon. We partnered with the Square Association. We partnered with Burris Funeral Home, and the Chardon Chamber of Commerce to, I think I got them all, to put together the finances to do that feasibility study, because it's a costly thing to do. The feasibility study came back after a time, and it was positive that we do need additional lodging in our county. We just do not have enough beds to put people into. And I say this every time I give this presentation because I can't say it enough. The lodging that we do have is wonderful. The lodging that we do have is wonderful. Everything we have here is fantastic, but we do not have enough of it. We don't have a large facility, so that when we do try to bring in a convention or try to bring in a motor coach or try to bring in a family reunion, we don't have enough beds in one place. When we have something spectacular going on, like our fall festivals, like the fair, we just do not have enough lodging for the people that are calling our office. We get a lot of frustrated calls of people that are looking for lodging that there's just not enough of. So we do have the need for a hotel. When I did say, yay, we had our biggest bed tax year ever, and I was so excited, you can see the numbers, though. Even though we had our biggest year yet at 61,000, if you look up above, that's what we're missing out on. We don't want to become Lake County. I know there's people that says, oh, we don't want to be the next Mentor. I get that. We don't want to be the next Mentor. I'm the first one to agree. I grew up in the very ruralest of counties on a dirt road, and I don't want to be the next Mentor either, but there is a place for a small limited service hotel that's going to help us generate some additional revenue, keep people in our county. When I have to tell people there's all this great stuff to do, if you want to stay for the weekend, that's great, but then I'm sending them out of the county to spend the night, the chances of them coming back in the next day, who knows? If they find something else to do elsewhere, are they going to come back? We don't know. So it's time for us to stop giving our money away and keeping it here in the county. We do have interested investors. We are working with a hospitality management company. There is land purchased, so we are moving forward. So there will be a hotel here in Chardon. Yay! So, of course, that will help fill in a lot of the blanks. All right, so what is coming up next? Our annual. I brought a few of these. I'll leave them for you as well. I think this is our 14th year. This is one of our biggest events that we do here in Geauga County. Every year in conjunction with National Tourism Week, we do our annual Spring Drive It Yourself tour. I've had so many of our business members tell us this is their biggest day of the year. What we do is we provide a list of 25 stops. Your job as the person that does this is to pick at least 10 to get to within this time period. People go out, traverse the county, drop lots of money, and have a great day and find new places that they have never been before, get to the finale location for a big old party at the end. So it's a great day in Geauga County. We urge you to try it if you've never done it before. It's a lot of fun. At the end, there's music and food and fun and door prizes and auction. And by that time, all these people that have run into each other all day long are sitting around comparing notes. New this year, we're working with Sport Rack. They have taken it upon themselves to create our first, I wish we'd have thought of this 14 years ago. They're doing a tour t-shirt, like the old-fashioned concert tour t-shirts with all the names on the back of the places that people have visited, the year on the front. So that'll be something brand new this year. And it will take place on May 9th. So I hope that some of you will be a tourist in your own backyard and come out and join us for the fun. And that's all that we've got going on, but it's a whole lot. So I appreciate your time this morning, and I hope that we'll see some of you on May 9th.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How's the maple syrup harvest going?
Pardon me?
How's the maple syrup harvest going?
It's kind of a weird year.
Is it weird?
It was a very weird year.
I see a lot of buckets hanging on trees.
Yeah, well, it didn't get warm until yesterday, so yeah, kind of a sporadic season. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay.
from the Department on Aging. I'm here today to ask for approval of an agreement with Geauga Transit to transport our seniors to the senior center and update their program.
Any questions?
The Department on Aging is requesting the board approve and execute the transportation services agreement with Geauga Transit to provide transportation for Geauga seniors aged 60 and over attending senior center and adult day service programs for the period April 1st, 2015 through December 31st, 2015 at a per mile rate for services.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Then the second item we have is to accept an addendum to modify the dates that we use for Millfield Senior Center. Currently, we use it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'd like to increase that to Monday through Friday and be open 5 days a week there. So that's what the second section is for.
And the change will be Ledgerlock.
They're closing their
Thompson.
Yeah.
Senior Center will be closing.
And so you'll be picking up an additional day
At Middlefield.
at Middlefield,
Yeah.
which was the day we're going to vacate with Thompson.
Correct.
Okay.
And there's a net savings overall. The rent is going
Right.
up in Middlefield, but you're saving more than that by closing Thompson.
Right. And it was due to the number of people that attend the Thompson Senior Center versus the number of people that take advantage of services. In
Yeah, I think
Middlefield.
Jessica spoke to that at a
Yep.
meeting
Yep.
or two ago. I
Yep.
believe.
In the past, Middlefield was never available 5 days a week. They've agreed to that.
The Department on Aging is requesting the board approve and execute the first addendum to agreement for services between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners, the Geauga County Department on Aging, and the Village of Middlefield to modify the dates during which programs and services will be provided at the Middlefield Senior Community Center to include Monday through Friday, and an increase to the amount paid from $7,000 to $8,750 annually.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Hello, Linda.
Good morning.
I haven't seen you since.
5 minutes ago. We're just here before you today to ask for 1 day unpaid for Matt Murphy. He's been with us for less than a year, so he doesn't qualify for vacation time yet. He's a great kid, and he hasn't missed half a second since he came in August, so I wish I could give it to him paid.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
The Archives and Records Center is requesting the board approve an unpaid leave of absence for Matthew Murphy on Friday, April 17th, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Hi, Kelly.
Good morning.
Hello.
I'm here today with another status report. You always know when it's that time of year because we'll bring many of them to you within a few weeks. This one is for the Thompson Township Water and Sewer Grant that we are doing with Water Resources. It's a status report from September 2nd, 2014 through March 3rd, 2015. The report just acknowledging what funds we've spent, what funds have been brought in, and to date I believe we are completely expended on our part of that. We should be completely expended on that.
No questions? Go ahead.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and authorize the President of the Board to execute the Ohio Community Development Block Grant Program Status Report for Grant BW131AZ1 Thompson Township Water and Sewer Grant for the period September 2nd, 2014 through March 3rd, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Good morning. This is just a part-timer that's moving on. There's nothing else.
Alrighty.
The County Home is requesting the board accept the resignation of Raquel Moore, part-time attendant, to be effective April 21st, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
You know, I want to add, I'm not going to fill that position until the fall because we're going to use those JFS summer people we did
Part-time
last
people.
year. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm going to use a whole bunch this year. They're good. Okay, next one is, this was those newly created senior attendant positions. I'm just moving somebody up to a senior attendant position. Improves the communication.
The county home is requesting the board approve the promotion of Dawn Clipston from attendant to senior attendant number 1506 to be effective April 19th, 2015 at a rate of $10.47 per hour. After the successful completion of a 180-day probationary period, the rate will increase to $11.02 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Next one is, we're going to try the same thing. This is a newly created position that you guys approved a little bit ago. It's just for with a cook to take on a little bit more responsibility.
The county home is requesting the board approve the promotion of Wendy Hellstrom from cook to senior cook number 1507 to be effective April 19th, 2015 at a rate of $10.47 per hour. After the successful completion of a 180-day probationary period, the rate will increase to $11.02 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Karen.
you.
Bye-bye now.
I'm coming back.
Oh,
I'm actually not leaving.
got a promise.
Yeah.
Or a threat.
We'll see. You'll see her later.
Glenn.
Morning.
Morning, Glenn.
Okay. The first one is we have a 2-year service contract with new doors and the maintenance of man doors throughout the county. We have 3 doors down at the Patterson Center, and we got our Opera House doors that we really want to get repaired. They're pretty bad. We noticed them real bad this year. So we want to increase this contract. And this will still leave us a little leeway if there's a door that breaks or if we have a problem with another manned door within the county anywhere. Requesting that they increase this to $3,000. This is something that we started into preventive maintenance, going around checking all the doors and everything throughout the county and getting it on a program of every year we start replacing some doors throughout the county. So,
Is this Nolan door, or is that in Chesterland?
yes,
Is that Nolan maintenance, or
I think it's Chesterland. It's either Chesterland or Auburn.
it's a local?
Correct. It's within Geauga County.
Just that I didn't want to put you on the spot. I just didn't know if I know those people.
So,
A company was in Chesterland forever. Nolan maintenance or something.
okay.
These are typically metal man doors that
Right,
Correct.
corrode.
And we use them because they're really big. First of all, they got all the doors for the safety center. Anytime we bring them in, we don't have to go back and double check on stuff. If there's a problem, they get it fixed. They come in, their workmanship and everything. They work with the people, especially the safety center, getting these doors, because that's a security thing where we can't just leave a door open. And they're just outstanding. So it's really great to work with a group like that. So.
The maintenance department is requesting the board approve and execute change order number 1, increasing the contract with Nolan Door and Hardware Company Incorporated for the purchase and repair of Jug County doors in the amount of $3,000.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
The next one is we have a Mike. He's one of our maintenance guys. He's been with us for almost 5 years, and he's going to retire. He's got the time for OPRS. For the 5 years, and he needs the retirement. Everything with that. So, just requesting that we let him go ahead and retire.
The maintenance department is requesting the board accept the retirement resignation of Michael J. Tverziak, full-time maintenance worker, to be effective April 30th, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn.
Good dog, isn't it? Doug?
Or Jerry.
Or Jerry?
Or Laura.
Or Laura, or whoever.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. This is the next step in our RFP process for the hiring the architect to do the work, the design for moving the offices and expanding the garage facility down. We invited 4 architectural firms in, BSH&M, Bowen, Braun and Saito, and GPD. Had presentations from them. This was, I think, the first time in the time that I've been doing these RFPs for engineering firms, and obviously this is the first time we've done an architecture firm, where all four people who were involved from our side reviewing it all had the same number one choice. And Bowen was the one, and there is no relationship between Richard L. Bowen and Doug Bowen. Just to make that clear, that was my first question when it came.
Actually, did I tell you I got a call from somebody yesterday?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got a call from somebody yesterday, and they had two questions. One was, is this a relationship? And I didn't know, so I called Doug, and he said, absolutely not. I wouldn't be related to this guy. Didn't say that.
That's why we don't hire anybody with the last name Smith.
So, and the other, and during your review process, do you check background in terms of work that they've done and all that kind of stuff? I'm assuming.
Yeah, their statement of qualifications had letters in it from previous counties and other government agencies that they had done work for. And then the one that I did personally call was Randy Roethlisberger, who's the director of water utilities in Lake County, because the project that they defined in there included they were upgrading. Lake County was upgrading their labs and their water laboratory, and that's kind of the big issue with ours is consolidating and possibly moving the lab up there. There's a lot of requirements that come in through EPA approvals and testing and everything beforehand. So I wanted to make sure with them that they didn't have any issues with them. And Randy said they did a great job. The drawings were great. Everything went smooth from that point. He did say, when you go out to bid though and you get a contractor, call me because we had problems with our contractor. So I said, I'll make sure to do that
And our contract includes warranties and so forth.
Yes.
So. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be this. This is just to move forward to start negotiations with them. Good.
The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board authorize the department to begin negotiations on a contract with Richard L. Bowen and Associates for architectural services on the Merritt Road Garage Expansion Project.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
Thank you.
3-14. All right.
Not trying to kick him out. Let him do it on his own.
Oh, yeah. This will be the first no vote that I have all day.
I know. You told me that yesterday.
Your authority must be slipping. I'd add them to it.
Yeah.
As you say, I did submit the letter of resignation here. I will be here 30 years, or have 30 years of service in this end of July here. So I've been with the Geauga for 20 years, so been through 10 commissioners. So it might sound like it's far away, but reality, I'm taking the last week of April, May, June, and July off, so it's only 11 more working weeks. So I'm sure it's going to be rough, but it's time. Our house sold way quicker than last year than possible, so they're all there, and I've been here for 9 months here on my own, so living in a bedroom with a friend. So it's time. I'm ready to go. So.
Got a great place to go too.
I do, and I have people ready. I want to be a tour guide for the Grand Canyon, Sedona. So
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool.
That's my favorite thing to do there. So after I spend 6 months or so meditating and doing all these other kind of things, I want to get out of my system first and go to the bottom of the Grand Canyon a couple times and different things. Then I'll start doing the touring. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling with the 10-to-1 ratio between the engineer and the commissioners. I'm struggling with the 10-to-1 ratio between the one engineer over that period of time and 10 commissioners.
We're on
One out of 10 commissioners.
I should have gone to school for an engineer. You got to read it.
The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board accept the retirement resignation of Douglas L. Bowen, Director of Sanitary Engineer, to be effective July 31st, 2015.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
And with much angst.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
We'll be seeing you before
Yeah.
July 31st. Probably be a chicken or something killed for you.
Do you do these individually or you want me to do them together?
Let's do it together.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board concur with Newbury Township trustees in not requesting a hearing on a liquor license requested by Wicked Woods Banquet LLC, Clubhouse Patio, Storage Building, and Golf Course located at 14085 Ravenna Road, Newbury, C. New 9609990. The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board concur with Bainbridge Township trustees in not requesting a hearing on a liquor license requested by Empress Court Incorporated, doing business as Empress Court, located at 8307 Washington Street, Chagrin Falls, CSTCK 2509106.
Make those motions.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board approve and execute Resolution Number 15-044 proclaiming May 4th through May 8th as Public Service Recognition Week 2015.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
Commissioner Claypool?
Aye. Do you have a copy of that? The resolution's going to be made by the sign. Oops, yeah. What's that? Yeah, it's just short. Well, they're signing. I'm going to read the resolution so you know what the resolution was we just signed. The resolution proclaiming May 4th through May 8th as Public Service Recognition Week, whereas men and women serve America daily as public servants in federal, state, county, local levels. The vast array of services provided by the government is integral to our lives. Every day of our lives we depend on the work performed by public employees, and whereas public services, public trust, a high calling, and an expression of responsible citizenship, and whereas a job of public service will impact the lives of many people through public policy, education, law enforcement, and the environment, and whereas without the dedicated government employees at every level, continuity would be impossible in a democracy that regularly changes its leaders and elected officials, and whereas we, the Geauga County Board of Commissioners, wish to proclaim that annually the first full week of May will be Public Service Recognition Week in Geauga County, and to call upon all citizens to recognize the contributions made by public employees at all levels to help ensure the quality of life in our great country and this great county in the state of Ohio. Therefore, let it be resolved that this resolution becomes part of the permanent record of the Board of County Commissioners. Okay. So we're going to move into executive session.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board move into executive session for the purpose of discussing the discipline of a public employee in the Transit Department.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Did you have
Aye.
something? No, he's waving his hand.
Before you go into executive session, can I bring up something new? Or
Sure, you can make a statement.
okay, I brought Jana from. I've come to the board before, commissioners, and said there's a need to embrace the special needs of this community, the special needs adults and that, and work for them. Jana works with the schools in Geauga County to get them training and work within Geauga County. I think there's an opportunity to tap into that and work with the disabled, the handicapped, and special needs to perform some services like you just talked about, the county home and that they could do the training and be an integral part and grow in this community. How do we get the board and how do I get her involved to do that so that we can start working together to help some of the handicapped, disabled, and special needs of this community? To get the training within the, there's plenty of opportunity, I think, for job training within the county for them, and then maybe eventually get a job and career and be a member of Geauga County and participate and pay taxes. How do we go about doing that?
Jane, who are you affiliated with?
Sure. I'm the director with Geauga County ESC, and I supervise our vocational program here in Geauga County. So I contract with all 7 school districts, primarily working with high school transitional youth and preparing them from work to either the college track or employment. I currently have about 12 to 15 employment contracts with businesses here in Geauga County where students with a disability can take a job training course and go out into the community 5 days a week, working with employers, typical employees, and learning those vocational skills necessary to be able to obtain competitive employment. Within my program, we have teachers on job sites where we train directly with the business. We find out what their needs are, and then we provide job coaches that assist the students in that training to be able to do the needs of whatever the business might have for us. We currently have contracts with UH, Punderson, CVS, the Heineken stores, quite a few throughout Geauga, and we're just always looking to expand and see what other employers are interested in. It's not just non-paid job training, but we also have students in a work-study program that I supervise. Those students might need more of that social skills training, those soft skills on the job. And so we're also working with competitive employers to place students and giving them opportunities to be successful. And most importantly, to keep them here in Geauga, within their own community that they live in.
So you're across the parking lot here.
I'm in Building 2.
Right.
Yes.
Are you familiar, does Auburn still have that? They had a program a number of years ago. Auburn had a, I don't know, I want to say like hospitality management, some kind of, I don't remember the name of it, or the title of it, but it trained students.
We partnered with Auburn when we first started this vocational program because there was a lot of students that I work with that don't have the skill set to get into Auburn. So in creating this job training program with the ESC, I'm preparing them to make that next connection to either Auburn Career Center or into work. So we were kind of that stepping stone to that program. That program was in existence for a few years, and it no longer exists.
It's not, okay.
It's not anymore. So at this point, you know, it used to be, my program used to be primarily focusing on individuals on the autism spectrum and multiple handicaps, but now looking at the population across the 7 districts, we're seeing that all individuals with disabilities, you know, could benefit from some job training and working with our employers out in the community.
I would tell you that I will be coming over to see you here in the very near future.
Okay.
As you may or may not know, I spent a number of years on school boards. I'm also married to a special educator.
Okay.
So I have some passion, but not a whole lot of expertise in that area. But I'd love to meet with you and find out what is going on now and what isn't. I know they had that at Auburn, and I'm under the impression, well, you just confirmed it, that it no longer exists as it was, if it exists at all.
Right.
And the local schools, I'm not sure that, I mean, they have a full plate with just all the goofy things that come through for testing and so on for regular ed kids, and special ed kids, unfortunately, may fall through the cracks occasionally, and that's not fair.
And our 7 school districts, my primary contact is our special ed directors, and they all do an amazing job in terms of being able to push out there and work with me and network. I've been in this position now for 7 years, and you know, building this groundwork and working with employers. Not only am I an educator, but I get to go out and kind of have that business aspect of meeting with different employers, and also bringing awareness to the community of individuals with disabilities having the right to work and be out in the community with others and earning a competitive wage. So I'm trying to prepare them to get them to that point. And our students, by law, the special education law, can stay with us until the age of 22. So a lot of my students who meet academic requirements within their school districts then stay on for a few more years, and I can provide them with community job training to get them to competitive employment.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, and I will be contacting you hopefully this week.
I have a folder for each of you.
Oh, thank you.
With some program information.
And I know, Jeff, you brought this up last year or something like that, and we talked briefly about it.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
What is the deal with the Cuyahoga County now is trying to do something where they're trying to step in as the educating authority or something? Is that something on the there's something that somebody had brought to my attention where Cuyahoga now is trying to take, where all that is going to be sent to Cuyahoga?
Well, they're trying to take away schools from RESC. I think Mentor has joined them, and is there a Geauga district?
They're trying to send some of the. Jana has a competitor, let's say, called CVIC in Geauga County. Geauga County is now trying to send them a lot of schools to there. It's a bigger facility, but then they're working in Geauga County and getting jobs in Geauga County, and we're missing the opportunity for them to work in Geauga County.
What's the name of it?
CVAC.
Oh, it's CVAC. Okay,
CVAC.
right. They're up out of Mayfield, aren't they?
In Geauga County, and
right.
They train the special needs in Geauga County businesses. So they're not getting exposure or training in Geauga County. We're given an opportunity for jobs and training in Geauga County.
And also with the ESCs, districts are, able to seek services from different, you don't have to belong to Geauga County ESC. For instance, educators or teachers can go to Cuyahoga ESC and receive professional development. Our districts for the 15 and 16 school year will be using our special ed services, but I also have districts from outside of Geauga, in Cuyahoga and Lake County, who utilize our vocational services here. So
it became competitive, right? I mean, and you look at a program and you're not compelled to stay in your county anymore.
No.
A school district can look at their need and look at what other educational center.
It's an option. They provided options.
Okay. But the problem, though, is that Cuyahoga County is almost double the cost as staying in Geauga County. And that's something that people need to be made aware of. It's, $9,000 per student there, where it's 18 to go to Cuyahoga County, 18,000 per student. It's quite a difference in savings of money and dollars and staying within your county.
And so then you probably worked in conjunction with Developmental Disabilities Board to do job training and stuff.
Absolutely. We feel as though with our organization that we need to partner, and we partner with Board of DD, even with OOD, Ohioans Opportunities for Disabilities, to make sure that we're making that transition for all of our transitional youth. And they're on board with us. They are at all of our IEP meetings for our students with special needs, so we're really trying to work within the community to make sure that we make that transition for our students with disabilities smooth and that they're able to be, a productive member in the community.
Well, we don't have a whole lot of, I don't think we have any power over the educational community, but we do have employment opportunities that may arise through our county for various jobs and so on. And we also have a bully pulpit forum, whatever, to endorse or talk about these issues. And I mean, I have some familiarity with them, but unfortunately, it's not that great, and it needs to be better. But I appreciate you bringing it to our attention.
Thanks.
So your goal, though, is to see what? What would your
What's my goal? My goal is to provide students with opportunities to work, to gain vocational experiences, to be able to tap into their preferences and interests, but also be able to support them in those needs that they need, and being able to expand the employment settings that we're currently working in. The 12 employers that I contract with for this school year are absolutely amazing, supportive, and they've led us into some other employment settings, but this is a big county, and the work that I'm looking for is not necessarily competitive. It's finding different businesses to bring in students to just gain some non-paid volunteer opportunities to expose them to some new jobs.
So, just give me an example, some of the jobs.
Sure. We have students that work at both Heinens, here in Chardon and the one in Bainbridge. We have a group of about 10 to 15 students that go in there 2 to 3 days a week with job coaching supports. So the job coach is on site with them at all times, along with my intervention specialist teacher, and they do the same jobs that typical employees do that are paid to do. We rotate them throughout the various departments at a job site. We see what their interests are. We see what kind of training we can do with them, again, teaching them those soft skills. And then we look at placing them at other employment sites. So we have students at the CVS here in Chardon, Heinens. Our big contract is with Geauga. I have 3 job training programs that are running right now, just based on where they're at in the county, and they go there and work throughout a variety of departments.
And just to speak on that too, I can tell you we were at a meeting with my daughters in the program that at Heinen's Bakery has grown over 30% a year. And they send a letter to Jana with recommendation into the city. They would have never been able to achieve that growth without the partnership and those kids helping do it and doing some of the jobs that they'd have to pay people to do. They were never been able to have a 30% growth. So they sent a letter of recommendation. So they're learning a trade, but they're contributing. It's not, taking extra time. They're actually contributing, helping to the growth of a business in the community.
So, what will they do then over there?
Stock shelves.
They're stocking in the bakery. If they're interested in learning the register or cashier, they can job shadow. They make their fresh orange juice, their fresh peanut butter. They do all of their stock in the back. They're doing typical jobs alongside those employees that they might just don't have time for that day. So a lot of times I will set up meetings with employers, go in and see what kind of work. Sometimes the employer is not even sure what the needs are or extra work that is needed to be done.
I see.
And our intent is not for these employers to hire the students. That's within our contract that I provide to them. We want to provide them with vocational exposure, job training, soft skills training. However, a lot of our employers have hired our students at the end when they've graduated or exited public school services. And we have a few students now hired at Geauga, over here at Heinens, the Heinens in Bainbridge, the Wiles, and Hamlet Village in Chagrin Falls. So they see our students working, they're doing non-paid work, and then they turn around and they're already trained. So if a job is available, they apply, and we've had some success that way too.
And one more thing, I didn't understand the 22 years of, what is that? What does that mean?
The special education law students with a disability can attend school until the age of 22.
Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
So around 17 or 18 is when typical students and special ed students meet their academic requirements.
Okay.
But they can then, and it's a district decision, but the majority of them will stay on, and they need that further vocational training.
I see. I know that.
It is discretionary? I didn't think it was discretionary. I thought that if they wanted it, they got it until they were 22.
By law, they can stay till 22. I think the discretion comes in. The district has the decision to say when. Is it on the 22nd birthday? Does it fall within that quarter? Or do they finish out the school year of their 22nd? Yes.
Is there something that we could help you with, like even with Karen DeCola at the county home, where she's got, skills of dealing with people on a daily basis and stuff like that? I mean, is that something
that even at the Department of Transportation, there's maybe jobs that they can do over there to train vocationally and learn. So I think within the county, there's plenty of, jobs or opportunities to at least look. And maybe a fit, may not. But off the top of my head, I know right up, like you said there, the 2 of them that they could probably do and do some job training, vocational skills and learn.
Do you guys work already with our JFS too? The jobs? Okay.
This is a good starting point conversation. I'm thinking of we've got, as Blake said, a great forum here. We had Geauga Tourism in this morning, talking to the public. It's recorded. And so I'm going to bake on this a little bit. Certainly want to enable the good things that you do within the county. And we do have Thursday meetings, which is a great forum. We've been kind of using that as a forum night. So let's continue the conversation and see where we can take this. And Jeff, what was your first name?
Jaina.
Jaina. I just looked at the spelling of your first name.
I called you Jane. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So I appreciate you coming in and raising this important issue up. And let's not let it drop.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we'll be...
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
For executive session.
Go right ahead.
Commissioner Spitaler. Commissioner Cecil.
Aye.
Sure.